Alright, we're back doing not slow cooking. Well, it's going to be slow. This is going to be what we call pay to the ass cooking. We're going to make a traditional middle class dish. We're going to go chicken and noodles. You find this a lot in central Illinois. Other places may call it hoity-toity chicken and dumplings. We can't be bothered. Start with the biggest kettle of water you can get. You may notice we have a lot of plastic bottles here. It's because the city's water main blew over the weekend. And there's a boil order. So unless you want a lot of extra flavorful sediment in your food, we're going to take a pass. So we're going to make chicken stock. Kettle, fairly full. I'm going to take 3 good-looking chicken thighs and just drop them in there. Yeah, they're frozen right now, but they won't be frozen in a little while. So really, there's no point in wasting your time defrosting it when it's just going to defrost in the water. Got roughly chopped 2 ribs of celery, about 3/4 of a yellow onion, and 1 carrot. Don't bother peeling the carrot because the stuff's all coming out. So that all goes in. If you're wondering where I got the recipe for this from, this is from Jeff Smith Cooks America. Remember the Frugal Gourmet before bad things happened? That's where I got this book from. A couple bay leaves go in. Some sage. If you've got fresh sage leaves handy, you're in luck. If not, find some dried. This is dried from a relative, so we'll just throw that in. That's probably plenty. Thyme. That's probably plenty. That's probably like a teaspoon's worth of thyme. Peppercorns. Just like a half dozen or so. That's way more than a half dozen. Peppercorns go in. Salt, probably about a teaspoon. So that all goes in. That's going to run to the boil. And when it comes to the boil, we're going to take the chicken out. We're going to scrape the meat off of it, put the bones back in, and let it keep cooking to get the stock real thick. So we'll check back in when we go to take the chicken out. So we'll see you in about an hour. Sorry, enjoying coffee. All right, it's been an hour, give or take. I saved you from having to watch. I have, excuse me, I have stripped all the meat off and set it aside. And then all that I'm left with is just bones and skin. So what you're going to do, bones and skin are going back in. And you can see we've probably cooked off 1/4 to a liquid on here. And that's fine. As long as you don't get below about 4 quarts of water. That's what we're looking to keep in here. So if you see it get too low, you're just going to have to add more. Right now we don't need it, but that's it. Bones, skin, shreds of meat, tendons, whatever's floating around in the chicken. Yes, thank you. Just check that to me. So there we go. We don't want the cat in there if we can all help it. So we're going to bring it back up to a simmer again. We'll bring it back up to a boil, bring it down to a simmer. We're going to give it another 45 minutes. So we will check back in 45 more minutes for the next step. All right, it's been another 45 minutes. We have stock, fast rolling boil. If you're doing chicken and noodles, you could make your own noodles. I have the capacity to make my own noodles. I'm lazy, not feeling it right now. So we've got a little Illinois Products Expo out of Oakland, Illinois. This company, just like Grandma's. Well, it's Oakland Noodle Company, and it's just like Grandma's Noodles. Every year we go to the Illinois Products Expo in Springfield, and we try their chicken and noodles, and it's fantastic. And every year we walked right past after tasting it and never bought the stuff. So this year we finally cracked and bought it, and that's what we're using. So I've got 10 ounces of it. You drop it in here at a fast boil, and that's it. It says let it roll at a boil for about, once it gets back to the boil, about 10, 11 minutes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run this for about 10, 11 minutes. And this should start to get real thick. And then when we get back, we'll throw the chicken in there and see what we've got. Right now, it smells good, though. I think we've got a winner on our hands. So we'll see you in 10. Oh, sorry, I didn't know we were back yet. All right, it's been a little over 10 minutes. I went ahead and threw the chicken in afterwards just to do it. And just to make sure it thickened up a little bit, I did that little slurry of a couple tablespoons of cornstarch with a couple tablespoons of cold water, putting on a hard boil in here. And what we get is exactly what you should hope to get. You get, let me get a nice big spoonful of it here. I use my most appetizing plastic plates for you guys today. But this is what we're looking for. And this is traditional chicken and noodles.
You're dripping on the floor.
I'm dripping on the floor. It's a good thing it's on the subflooring.
Yeah, fantastic.
Anyway, excuse me. You could just serve this as is. On Facebook, a couple people had said that they like to serve it over mashed potatoes just to, get that massive starch overload. But I'm going to give this a taste. Moving in for the action shot. This is really going to be too hot to try right now. Oh, this is damn good. Here, I want you to try a little chicken and noodle.
I will later.
Do it now.
Hot.
It's not as hot as you think. Here, I'll blow on it for you.
You're so thoughtful.
So your tenderness won't be hurt. Here we go. Tell me that's not good.
Oh, that's good.
That is good. So there it is. The old staple middle class chicken and noodles. Definitely a winner on this. I'll get you guys a recipe typed up eventually. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. Good times.